Ladies.
Hello, everyone. This is Marie LaBrosse,
And I'm Michelle Moore.
and Michelle's filling in for our wonderful Dee Dee Gozion that uh, is actually, let's say this, Michelle, you've just
Ma'am,
changed your personality.
she is on vacation, darling. You know, she's on holiday in Paris.
She is, and oh, oui, oh, mademoiselle.
Oh, Chante, Marie
I
LaBrosse.
I know. Well, if you're just tuning in right now, you're listening to WKDW 97.5 FM, Real Community Radio. We're coming out of Northport on the Bishop West Real Estate Tower. And I'd like to say it to everybody out there, please be safe. Uh, and if you could, silence your cell phones like I just forgot to do. Yeah. So, Dee Dee, for anybody that's out there that's in our show, we got to make sure that we remind everybody to silence their cell phone. Dee Dee, Dee Dee, see?
Really?
Michelle, I'm so used to calling.
Michelle did not silence her phone. 1 second.
Okay. Well, while Michelle is leaving us like that to silence her phone because mine isn't silenced right now, would like to talk to everybody and remind them that we have pizza for a cause. If you don't know, Boca Lupa has three restaurants, one in Port Charlotte, two in Northport. And we were lucky enough every Tuesday, doesn't matter what Tuesday of the month you go, David and Dennis Valentino own the restaurants. Also, they own Prime, two Primes, one now up in Venice and one in Port Charlotte. And they also own Donato's. The way that they give back to the community is they choose a nonprofit each week and they give them a percentage of the money that comes in that day. And we were at the Northport Arts Center, fortunate to be chosen for the day after Valentine's Day. So, a lot of restaurants are closed on Mondays, Michelle. So,
Yeah.
why not just save your date and go out on Tuesday?
Tuesday the 15th. And if you go to Welland Park, Boca Lupa, you get to meet who? Marie LaBrosse on
Will
that
be
day.
there. I
6 o'clock
will be
dinner with
on that
Marie.
day. Yes. And where are you going to be, Michelle?
I'm going to be at Northport's Boca Lupa, 6 o'clock dinner with Michelle
Yay.
Moore.
Yes.
And
And
then
we're really,
Dee
Dee
she'll
Dee.
be back from Paris. And so she'll be at the Port Charlotte Boca Lupa
Oh,
dinner at
is
6 with
Dee
Dee
going to
Dee.
go there? Because I wanted to go to the Welland Park. That's why.
Yes.
Well, we'll talk off here because I can do the Port Charlotte one.
We've
Okay,
already
you've
put it out
already done
there.
that.
No
Okay,
switches now.
okay. I would like to talk to you too, Michelle, about what's happening at the Northport Arts Center because what's going on?
Oh my gosh, right now we have an amazing show we have like 99 paintings on the walls. That was from our members only show. If you can believe it's a huge show. So that is still up until the 20th, where we'll be receiving for our next show, which is I'm Like a Bird by Nelly Furtado. We're doing a whole music theme this year. So receiving has been just switched over for a few months until April, because of the farmers market that happens here in Dallas Park on Saturdays. So the next receiving is on a Sunday. And then we have in the middle, we've got the Peace River Painters have a beautiful show. Also, they just had their reception on Friday and it's stunning. So we've got lots of art in the art center this month. No, I mean, I would say over 200 pieces of art.
And arts in public places are all over the place right now. And
Yes.
is Phillips at the city hall? Were they able to put that up?
No, I'm sorry, they were not. That was canceled. So Art of War is at Caldwell Banker, Sunstar Realty in Port Charlotte. That's off of Peachland, I think, and Veteran. So you can go check that out there, along with 15 other artists. So you've got over 100 paintings represented there. We have Welland Park, where we're part of the Artist in Residence program. We've got Dar Kramer, we've got Karen Fristario, and we have Kay Shuck. And their reception is going to happen at Welland Park on February 22nd at 6 o'clock. So meet us there for that reception, which is fantastic. Then we have the other Coldwell Banker, Sunstar Realty here in Northport, which has art as well. And there's one more location, and I think it's the senior center here in Northport also has art as well.
Yeah, it's called the Gallery, right?
No, the gallery is another center. We don't have anything there yet. Not yet, but we're gonna come in there. They've got great art. It's all built around art and the wonderful healing qualities of art. There's got sculptures out there as well, and we'll probably be showing some local art in the gallery as well, and that's on Sumter and Price. So that's a new retirement senior living
so
there.
There's a lot of exciting things happening with the growth of Northport. Let's grow with it.
Yeah. And you know what? To find out what's going on at Northport, if you want to be in the know, why don't you join our email list? And you can find that on our website at northportartcenter.org. Drop down to join the email list, and you can also read the archives of the past newsletters. So I could have looked in here and told you what's going on. Also, Marie, check out
well, very interesting. And how would I pick that up?
Well, you're not going to pick it up. This is available digitally. We just print a few for marketing purposes. We are now offering ad space. So you can, for a nice donation of either $25 for a quarter page or $50 for a half page or $100 for a full page, you can advertise in our newsletter. And this is, of course, for donations to help us with our, marketing and so forth. But digitally, this goes out to almost 1,000 recipients. So 1,000 eyes see our newsletter. So if you also decide to maybe buy a year's worth of ads in our newsletter, we'll put you in our annual Big Mag for free. So if you want more information about that, contact Michelle Moore at the Art Center, 941-423-6460. I can make it happen. It's exciting.
Okay, let's talk about, before we bring on our guest, let's talk about our sponsor, Wendy Namack. Wendy Namack actually sponsors our show, and she not only just sponsors the show, Kaleidoscope of the Art, but she's a supporter of the Art Center and of the radio station. She is a annual, what do you call that? Donor that gives every month. She's a monthly donor.
She's a subscribed donor. So we have subscriptions also available on our website, and you can subscribe to a monthly donation with the Northport Art Center right at northportartcenter.org on our donate button, or you can give a one-time donation. We couldn't do what we do without wonderful donors and sponsors like Wendy Namack. And you can reach Wendy Namack at Wendy Namack, right? Wendy at namack.com. And she does also take phone calls, right, Marie?
Right. Absolutely. And the name of her company is Namack Portfolio Investment Professionals. Yeah. LLC. And her website is namack.com, www.namack.com, NAMACK.
Or you can call her at 941-429-2911, and that's scrolling at the bottom. That's what we were looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. And she was one of our silver sponsors for Kaleidoscope of the Arts, and Intoxicating Evening into the Arts of Northport. Yes. Oh, and there's
a new logo. Her logo is really nice. So, of course, we represent and we thank all of the wonderful sponsors. And that's always on our last page of our newsletter. And, without all these wonderful supporters and wonderful people like all of you out there watching us, we couldn't make it happen. So thank you.
Well, enough about this, enough about the Northport Art Center, enough about things happening. I'm really excited about the guest that we have on today. And she really, what she does is, I think, something that a lot of us wish we could do. And I don't even know the process to do this, or what kind of paints are used, or if there's printing going on. So, Michelle, you and I, along with our audience, are going to find out
this is exciting.
How to do this process. Welcome to our stage, Helen Giroux from Giroux Couture.
Hello.
Hi, Helen.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Well, we're so excited to actually have you, because I'm really interested in the process of your clothing. And while we'll be talking, I'm going to actually bring up your website while we're doing that. So
Didi
Michelle.
and I, yes, Didi and I surfed through the website, and we're totally blown away with the work that goes into all of your it's artwork on these on the clothes, on the jeans, and full on gowns is what I saw.
Mhm,
Correct?
mhm. Yep.
Because
I think
Marie
it
can't
was
bring up your
very.
website fast enough. It's gorgeous. It also it reminded me also, I don't know if you guys remember back in the 80s when the breakdancers used to paint the back of their jackets, their lead
Oh
jackets
yeah.
and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So it really was very nostalgic to see it. So here we go. Yes, I love it.
Yep, I
Tell
do
us about
t-shirts.
your work.
Well, I do t-shirts and jeans, and it's a fabric paint that it's very washable and very bright colors. I ever since I moved to Florida, I turned into the bright colors. I'm from Minnesota, so it's more neutral colors. But now that I'm down here, I like to pop with color. And so as far as it jumping into the clothing, what I've done, my painting, I'm also an artist and I paint. So my paintings have jumped off the canvases onto my dresses. So first I cut my design of a dress, and
Yes.
then I paint the sections of each cut piece. Then I sew the dress, and it's an easier way to get better coverage, to do it before I sew it
And
together.
here you're making skirts from the jeans is what I just
Yes,
saw. Oh
and
my gosh, my mom used to do that too. That is so wonderful. Look, so it's not jeans. These are pants. I mean dresses.
these were jeans, and I made them into skirts.
Those are fabulous.
And then the top left one is like a top, like an elastic corset with a
Very.
face.
Oh, so I
So
did. I did. Marie,
yeah.
if you haven't seen the full gowns, those
Mhm.
are quite impressive.
Yeah, if you go back to the menu and you click on probably, I think it's gallery of fashion shows, that'll show more of my dresses.
Now, how long have you lived here? When did you move, and why?
Okay, I moved here in 2002 and to be close to my mother-in-law. And but I lived in Minneapolis for 20 years, and I love uptown Minneapolis. But I thought as soon as there's a transition, we'll come down to Florida and move to Florida. And so we did. And then I set up an alteration shop right from the get go. I knew I could
Oh,
just get something going right away. But after Hurricane Charlie hit, I had the opportunity to start painting again and painting on jeans and t-shirt things like that. And then I thought I'm going to try to paint on gowns. So I did my signature look on Dupiati silk, and they're mermaids. So I tried like three, but I did them on canvas first, on actual painter's canvas, because I
okay.
thought would be like a three-dimensional painting. So from there, I thought, well, I got to probably try some more wearable fabric. So I did Dupiati silk, which is softer and easier. It's like a papery silk.
So is that
So
easier to for the
it's
application
easier to
of the
paint
paint?
on, and it's more comfortable to wear. So then after that, I got invited to do several shows up in Tampa, St. Pete, Sarasota
Oh,
to show my dresses. So then I just kind of started making all these dresses and I did Art Walks the Runway for 5 years in Fort Myers. And in fact, I'm going to be doing another one March 19th. It's been 5 years since I've shown, but now they've invited me back, so I'm going to do that. And this weekend, I'm doing Seen to Be Seen in Naples, which will be at the Gray Oaks Country Club golf course. And so I'll be showing four dramatic dresses there
ooh.
that are really fascinating to see because I painted a lot of more detailed paintings on these.
We don't
And
get any sneak peeks, Miss Helen.
maybe let's see. And then and what my feature is that they also glow with UV light or black light if you're familiar with black light.
Ooh.
A lot of times I close out the shows with the UV light, and so it's almost like an aurora borealis feel gliding down the runway. So it's really quite something to see and kind of dreamy, fascinating, fun fashion.
You know who loves all that black light stuff, Marie? You know, Philip Moore. 'Cause
Philip Moore.
yes, he loves
That's
the.
her husband. And when you're talking about that, Helen, I'm looking at your website and I'm trying. What I did, why I disappeared, I hit the wrong key to leave. I was trying to take.
I thought you were giving us some privacy, but I
Well,
understand.
hey, me being off screen, yeah, right. No, as I'm laughing here, when and Helen, I'm so fascinated by this. Now, you make all different size clothing too, right? And
Yes.
how do you go get the clothing to do your
So
artwork?
if you click on gallery fashion shows, that far right one with the orange dress, maybe click on that down here. Yeah, there you go. That might show you what happened there. Let's see.
Okay, where did it go?
Keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm going.
anyway, what was the question that you asked me?
Where do you get? Where do
Oh, where did
you?
you get your clothing? Yeah, where did you?
I either buy the fabric right off the boat from either I order it online or I go to my fabrics, which is fine.
A little bit. Come sit. Come. Let me get the chair.
Various fabrics that are easy to paint on.
It's going to be fun.
And lately I've been painting on parachute fabric, which is it's kind of it has kind of a papery texture to it, and it has such a nice flow on the runway with the billowy, when the air catches the trains of the dresses and things, it sort of just makes them really pop out as they walk down the runway. I think I lost your volume.
I muted both of us. We were getting some clicking. Oh, look at the pink hair.
I've got a Jan Howard.
Man, what a nice surprise!
So it looks like Jan, you came to visit us here at the Art Center, and
Nice, what a nice surprise! I've known Jan for several years.
Yes, I just said you're my best friend.
Yes, definitely, honey.
you guys share color so well. So I can see where it's such a nice coming together, you guys, with your art. So that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yes.
Yeah, we did a lot of photo shoots together and shows, and
Yeah, we used to do the jewelry for Helen's dresses.
Oh, that's very nice.
Who's Marie?
Marie LaBrosse.
Hi.
Marie LaBrosse. This is Jan Elwood.
Hi, Jan. Yeah, I'm actually a show host. I sit on the board of directors for the radio station and for the Art Center. I'm the vice president for the Art Center. Not that I know anything about art, but I do know business. And I
Well,
do know.
you look like art.
Well, I can do art where I wear hats. I can make hats and things like that, but I don't have the patience like you ladies. I would love to do what
You
Helen.
think we have patience? We have none. We
You,
get
I don't
anxiety.
know, Helen.
We get anxiety. We get it's horrible. You don't even
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Well, Helen, yeah, I muted her. I can do that on my end. Helen, one of the
Yes.
things that I wanted to ask you about is when you're doing your artwork, do you get immersed in it that you look at the clock and the time's gone?
absolutely. You just go into another world and transcend into your painting or into your dresses, and time just goes by before you know it. It's 4 or 6 hours later, and you're still, plugging away on a piece, and yeah, you get lost into it, definitely.
Yeah, and as you're doing that, when you're looking at the art, and I'm going to bring it back up, I keep on losing it. That's why you see it going down like that. I don't know. It's something that the tech is having problems with. That's me. I wanted to bring up those gowns that you were talking about because I was looking at them. Oh, here we go. Is it under gallery fashion shows?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, we'll bring that up on the screen. Okay, click. Maybe that's okay. Well, here I have actually the dresses here that
Okay.
show up, and I think it shows what you were talking about with
Yeah, there you go. There's a bunch of my
yeah,
dresses. Mhm.
yeah. As you can see here, because I can go like this. Now, as we're looking at these, I mean, seriously, these are one of a kind. When you
Mhm. Well,
make
you know,
these things,
after
you're
showing up, after showing up and down the Gulf Coast for 10 years, I have over 150 dresses of either hand painted or couture dresses and wearable art dresses. They're either a lot of them are hand painted and a lot of details. So they're almost like a painting and a different dimension of art. A three-dimensional piece of art versus a painting on the wall. So, I mean, people have said, heck, I could just hang that on the wall as a painting or on a dress form in my living room or something like that. So, but I just did these dresses. I'm so fixated on doing these dresses because they bring my art to the foreground, and the press loves it, and they just cause a lot of attention. And it's just another form of expressing myself in the arts, and I just really enjoy doing it. And I do a lot of wearable pieces too, like t-shirts and jeans, and wearable dresses like resort wear and things like that. And I also print on fabric. I get it printed out in LA, and I um, um, can do regular resort wear that everybody can wear. But the dresses just cause kind of more of a scene, and they're kind of a little bit more fun to do and unique, one of a kind pieces.
Oh, look at the orange one. I love it.
Yeah, that one's hand painted.
Yeah, show us that one. Jan is gonna slip out for lunch, so we're gonna say goodbye to Jan.
Nice to
Okay,
see you. Congratulations, Helen, on
thank
having
you,
enough.
honey. It's really good to see you.
I'll
Yeah.
come and see you soon.
Okay, perfect. That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Yeah, so like I said, I have several dresses, over 150 dresses, and I take custom orders on those too. Like I've done several beach wedding dresses, something that somebody's looking for something more unique, one of a kind, artsy, that kind of thing. So
Love it. Love
looking for
it.
something artsy, funky, unique, here I am. Come to me.
Ooh, that's so much fun.
where
Even
did you
that.
learn how, yeah, where did you learn how to do the sewing designer fashionista?
Well, I started sewing when I was like 10 years old,
Oh,
and mom said, here's a box of fabric and dresses, and go ahead and make what you want. So I did that, and after I graduated from high school, I thought, I'm going to do a big fashion show. So I put together 60 pieces in a couple months and did a fashion show. And after I did that, I thought, this is what I want to get into, is making unique clothing. So then from there, I moved to Manhattan when I was 21, and I lived there for 3 years. I worked in the garment district, and I learned the trade, and it was, extremely fascinating and very competitive business. And then I lived there for 3 years, and I came back in '84, and I did my own line of t-shirts. It was kind of like a mix and match high fashion t-shirt line. I did that, and then um, I got into making one of my big hits was I did these gold parka jackets, and they sold to Dayton, Hudson, Marshall Fields, Nordstrom's, and 100 boutiques throughout the United States, and that was in the early '90s. And then from there, I moved down here. I'm just making a long story short because there was a lot of stuff I did in between, but moved
we have
down
a
here.
long show. You keep talking.
Okay, so yeah, I did. I showed a lot of different, did a lot of trade shows, and um, I did the backpack jacket, which turns in a backpack turns into a backpack. If you turn
Cool.
the backpack inside out, it turns into a jacket. So I did that, and Steven Spielberg bought them for a movie production for a media promo. to hand out to people for the movie. And so that was kind of a big fun hit. And let's see what else. So I just did so many different various things, different art shows, exhibits, hundreds and hundreds of fashion shows, and all over, mostly Minneapolis, New York, LA, Florida, several here in Florida. And so it's just unique, fun things to wear and be seen in. They're kind of statement making pieces. But I really got back more into the wearable art down here in Florida because I really can't mass produce and manufacture clothing like I used to. To be into manufacturing and selling wholesale and to large department store chains and things like that, it takes a lot of capital to set up that business. And now it's extremely different from 20 years ago, because people a lot of it's made overseas, and you have to buy a whole huge container and everything like that. So if I even got $50,000 to $100,000 in orders, you got to figure you have to get your fabric first, manufacture the pieces, subcontract sewing, and then ship the goods, and you don't see your money for maybe 6 months to a year out. So it's a big expense to be in the clothing business. So I turned into more wearable art because it's something I can handle, and it is a love that I love, and it's a passion in my life.
And I'm looking at, look at this. This is
And then
great.
there's my art. And my art is inspired by being in the fashion business, as you can see. A lot of it's art couture. And I have so many more to upload. I have like 300 paintings, and I have to upload a lot more. So, but if you just Google me on Google search Helen Giroux Art or Giroux Art, and then type in images, you'll see several of my paintings there too. And I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Etsy. I have pieces there. So I have a lot of uploading to do.
So you've been at this actually like 40 years.
Yes. Yep. I started back in 1981. So that's what I'd like to do, being I have all these dresses, is do like a 40-year collective of do a show somewhere, but it would be to show 150 dresses and all my art would be a pretty big endeavor. So
Giroux this time.
Yeah, it would have
to see it now.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I have a video on YouTube of the 30 years. So I still have another one that to capture the last 10 years, but I have a video of the collection of the past 30 years. So it's kind of a fun little video of clips and things.
Oh, fantastic. We can share that.
Well, yeah, and just to let you know, Helen, I'm from Minnesota too. I'm from the Iron Range.
Okay, yep, I'm familiar with the Iron Range.
Yeah. So,
The Iron Range.
Yeah, it's
the Iron Throne.
The Iron Range, I'm familiar.
Yeah, Mesaba Iron Range. It's up where Bob Dylan was in Hibbing, Minnesota. Bob Dylan's from there, and a lot of other people. But I'm from that area. Yeah. So Michelle Moore. Yeah.
I am from Miami, Florida.
Yeah, you are a Floridian. She was born.
Yes.
Yeah, she was.
I was born in Manhattan, actually. I got here when I was 10 months old. So same thing.
Yeah, you were raised
there.
But Helen, this is actually very fascinating with you. I actually muted you because we get a little bit of back feed. One of the things that is, I'm amazed that you were able at that young age to go to New York, and that would have been in the early 70s or
early 80s. Actually, early 80s. Yeah. 81. I lived there 81, 82, and 83. And I was only 21.
I had a fun time to be in New York.
It was way fun. I loved it. I was a Studio 54 patron. Definitely.
Yeah, and now it's Feinstein's 54. I go there when I'm in New York at Feinstein's 54 below. They have that, but it was nothing like what you went to.
Disco
Oh,
Money. You know that's my
The
favorite.
disco queen. That was yes, it was. Yeah,
Helen,
I saw a lot of people there. You know,
Helen, I
I
was
saw.
a DJ out here, and
Mhm,
that's what I played. I was the disco queen out here. So
mhm,
I had a good
mhm,
time playing disco. You just now go home and play discos. That's all you're gonna make me do.
Yeah,
I
that was.
love disco.
That's what's going to happen.
We should have a disco fundraiser, Marie.
Mhm.
You'll have to be in charge of that because I'm not I'm from the 60s. No,
Mm,
if the tie
mhm.
dye and if you do the piece, yeah, that's me.
I
Yeah,
like that era too.
yeah.
Definitely.
Now, Helen, as we're talking about your different clothing line, and I'll bring that back up again. As we're talking about this, I'm going to try to bring up some of the things um, that probably, and I do this all the time, man. I've been doing this where I keep on hitting the wrong key. I'm
Stop
sorry.
doing that,
I
Marie.
keep on doing that. Yeah. I want to, that's what keeps on happening is I keep on hitting something and I go off. Anyhow, Michelle, go ahead and ask Helen and you guys talk while I'm doing tech difficulties in the background. Um, talk about some of the things, the journey, because the journey, when you start throwing out the different names that you've done things for, have you ever done like a Paris show?
Not done a
Oh,
Paris.
in Paris.
In Paris, I've been asked, but I have not because, again, I don't have the capability to mass produce pieces, you know, and so I'm pretty limited to one of a kind couture pieces.
I have
But
another.
you never know. I wouldn't mind, licensing my artwork on pieces and on resort wear or something, and then doing it that, and then have and license it out where somebody can put it on whatever media, whatever merchandise they'd like. Now that would be a door that I would like to have open. That would be nice.
Oh. Well, I have another guest, Miss Helen. This is Karen Fostario. She's our former president on our board, and she has been asked to come and join the show. Helen Jerome,
Nice,
Karen
nice to meet you.
Fostario, fellow
I
artist.
yeah, I contacted you a couple of weeks ago. I sent you or called. I called, and
Oh yes.
I'm the
Mhm.
co-chair for our fashion show that's hopefully coming up.
Ah,
Nice.
yes. Look, Marie, Karen's here.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it's coming up. Let me mute Karen because Helen, because we do get some feedback there. I want to, before you go into some of that, we can talk to her about that off here. I wanted to show everybody and talk about the things that are wearable art that probably are more in the Florida things. However, let me tell you, if you're a person out there that is going to these events, and I know the Divas have a holiday event coming up, one of those one of a kind dresses, and I imagine I know you're doing a show in Naples and you're doing one in Fort Myers, and I imagine Sarasota would be another venue for you to do where those one of a kind dresses, because you're dealing with a higher end crowd that people are definitely looking for that uniqueness and that
Mhm.
and they have the money, the disposable income to purchase them because they are unique. And when you're purchasing something like that, and that's a designer, when you buy something from Helen, it's a personal designed type of piece of clothing for you. And hello, Michael White. Um, Peaches. Okay, hi.
I am the peach. I
Oh,
am the peach she speaks of.
oh,
I am the peach. That's my nickname. Y'all just don't know nothing about that. I'm sorry.
yeah, Helen, we're able to see people are posting to us or bringing up stuff
Yeah.
to us. So, in case your audience is out there and listening, you can actually ask Helen a question. Just put it in the comments and how you get a hold of her. And let's talk about that, Helen. Let's talk about where you're located right now. If somebody's walking around Punta Gorda, where could they stop
Oh.
and get with you?
That would be the Artisans Atelier. It's an Artisans Atelier group of artists. There's 10 artists in the atelier, which Artisans Atelier means art studio in French.
Where she's in France. That's where she's at.
Yeah, I'm in France, in Paris, in Punta Gorda. And then, so I'm, it's on Olympia, 111, it's on 117 Avenue West, right between Taylor and 41 North.
Okay, yeah. We were having a problem with your mic coming
I'll have
through.
to stop by on Saturday. I'll be in Punta Gorda on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, come down there. It's a fun art studio. It's about 3,000 square feet, and we each have our 10. There's 10 by 10 or 10 by 20 spaces.
Oh, little spot.
And there's a lot of great artists there. So it's fun to be around that creativity. And we're a great team of artists. So yeah, it's fun. We get a lot of people coming in to visit and shopping, and like you can see my T-shirts online there. They're all one of a kind, hand painted T-shirts. And I have the jeans, and I have a lot of wearable fashion there. I don't keep my collection of couture dresses there. I used to, but I don't now because I don't have the space now to do that. But I keep them in my walk-in closet, just bursting at the seams with creativity, creative dresses. But someday they'll find a way to share.
Find a forever home.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful. I'll definitely stop by on Saturday after 11 o'clock. I have a show until 11, so I'll come out and see.
Okay.
Well, and I imagine, Helen, your market for the dresses and that are quite designer, where people aren't necessarily looking for that evening gown at that time, and that, and if you have a book there, then if they're interested, they can see, your designs. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have more wearable things at the atelier versus the couture dresses.
Okay.
Two
Now,
of them.
the t-shirts, jeans, what else do you do in the wearable art?
Well, dresses. I have some printed dresses with my art on them. I have shawls and bags. I have, like purses.
I thought you said bed.
Not yet.
I'm like, she's painting bedspreads. I'd love one.
Comforter covers. I have painted a few comforter covers, but
Yes.
since I've done that. But yeah, I'm up to try to paint pretty much anything. So
Yeah, and I see you have corsets here.
yes, I have
Ooh.
7 corsets. Mhm.
I don't possess the figure to wear something like that, darling. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and they're cute with a t-shirt underneath too, or a dress shirt.
Or yes, or your bra like Madonna. It's great.
Exactly. Like these are clothes that you wear inside, but you can wear them on the outside. On the outside, they're not meant to be just undergarments. And they're kind of body shapers. Mm-hmm.
And I love the Giclées. Can we talk about her art, Marie?
Oh, absolutely. Let me bring that down, and I can bring it up on the screen and stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
vibrant colors, and it makes so much sense that you'd hang out with someone like Jan Elwood and her vibrant colors, and it just brought everything from wow, bam. That's what I look like in the morning with my curls. That's exactly what I look like.
I started painting probably in the 80s. A gallery owner saw my fashion sketches and said, you should really consider painting on canvas or start painting. And I thought, I think that I'm going to do that. I'm going to try that. So probably from 1985 on, I've been painting. So I have at least three, maybe 400 paintings too.
Wow.
So, and these are clay prints of faces that you're looking at right now. But since
Cool. That one
I
looks
kind of
just like me.
painting that I paint mermaids. So I have a collection of mermaids. And again, I have to upload a lot more things on my website. So keep tuned. I'll get more uploaded on there too.
Fantastic. What a very, you've
And then
taken your artwork in such a wide array of applications and all unique in their own way. It's fascinating and a party for the eyes.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah. Do
Thank
you
you.
like to maybe wear something fun and unique?
Yes.
I mean, this is some of the fashion shows now. They're kind of collage pictures, and but yeah, like I said, I've done several fashion shows. So.
It's very inspiring. I just want to go home now and make jewelry.
Yes. And, okay, so this one in the upper left-hand corner is from the Tampa Museum. I did a benefit and showed the dresses there and the black and white pieces there. Let's see what else. And then the fourth one in was in the St. Pete Museum, where we painted. Where
I was just there.
Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm.
I see it now. St. Pete.
We showed paintings. We showed our dresses that matched a painting. Like was shown by I showed my dress next to a Claude Monet, and another one by Coons, and I think the other one I'm not sure. I can't remember what the fourth one was, but yeah, I did several shows and events throughout the years. So I used to do a lot more. I've kind of tamed down a little bit. I don't do as many. It's been 5 years since I've shown art walks on the runway at the Sidney Burns Davis Art Center, but I will be showing there. I'm coming back now after 5 years on March 19th. It's a really beautiful venue to do show. In fact, that's one of the pictures from the Sidney Burns, and that's the day glow painting that you're looking at, which glows in the UV light or black light.
That's why I was bringing it up, because I think that was one of your black light items.
Yeah, and that one, that green one underneath it is too. This one, if you can see that.
Yeah.
One.
Oh, okay. I will bring it up.
Green
Right
with the red. Yeah, that one. There you go.
Wow.
That's a black light piece too.
That is awesome.
And then mermaids.
That is mind blowing.
Yeah, when I'm looking at these are just gorgeous. It's like you being at your own. You're like a Paris fashion show. You really are. Your stuff is just. You are a designer. You're not only an artist, but you're a designer, and that's why being a fashionista. Look at this. This is just gorgeous. Where would you ever find something like that? It's so.
I can tell you where, Jerome. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you need something unique, I'm definitely I've always thought of myself as being a designer, and like I could modify this dress, for example, and mainstream it into just a regular short, like have a short dress, and it would become a ready to wear dress.
When I hit the big time.
A lot of designers, that's what they do. If they show high-end designers in Paris and New York and everything, they show their high-end pieces, couture pieces, but then they water it down and make it more mainstream for everyone to wear. But on the runway, a lot of times they show over the top.
Look
and I hit the big time.
And these are the day glow pieces again.
Wow. Those are awesome.
My husband would love that. When I hit the big time and I do a runway show, darling, you fit my little 5'2" frame in one of these.
Where do you get your models from?
Well, a lot of times they either come from the event that I'm showing. They have a model call, or I put out a model call on Facebook, and they they come for a fitting, and then we determine whether or not it's a fit or not. And but a lot of times the facility that does the fashion show has a model call, and they arrange that now. So. Yeah, so it's fun. I love what I do. It's very
Well,
creative.
pieces of art, and when you're
It's my passion.
yeah, when you do these shows, it's pieces of art. Truthfully, it is eyepiece, and your work is actually the fashion, and how you bring it to life with the black light. I'm just sitting back here, and if you see, I'm in a tie-dye shirt and stuff. I'm Miss Non-Fashionista, but I really do enjoy those pieces of art. What about you, Michelle?
Darling, I'm ready to walk the runway. All 5'2" of me in one of these dresses. It'll okay. And then for you, sweetie, all we need is a black light for you and that shirt you got it going on. That's all. We'll have Helen design. Helen, we need a hat. We need a new hat for Marie. I think that you should design her a new hat, and I think that'll be the hat of all hats. What do you think?
Yeah,
I've done that. I've done a few hats.
I think we should get a hat from Helen.
Well, she does make fashion pieces there, and I was looking at her friend Jan. Her hair was what, blue or purple?
That was a fluorescent pink, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah.
This is more of a burgundy, a bourguignon. Okay, burgundy. I have a salt and pepper. Hers was bright pink.
Yes.
I can bring her back for an encore. I got all these women stashed in the room next door. I could have several. They're all eating chili over there.
Let's go ahead and talk about Helen's shows coming up. Because Helen, the one that's in Naples is sold out. Nobody can come to that now.
Yep, it's sold out. That's true. And it's at the Gray Oaks Club. And it is, there are two people that are going to be emceeing on the show from Queer Eye and the Straight Guy, which is Carson. And I have a picture there. Okay, I should post. But anyway, they're going to be hosting the show. It's going to be fabulous. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, okay. They're casting down in Naples because they reached out to me about a year right before COVID and asked. There was somebody that had. Oh, I should talk about this off here. But I was reached out not for me to be on the show, but to help them to get and figure out where to have it. And they have reached out. They were looking at this area and up in Sarasota. So I did an outreach. In fact, Michael White that was posting had actually put in, there was different people that put in for the show and stuff. There was a criteria they were looking for. So I'm glad that they ended up because they were looking for Southwest Florida someplace. So that's good.
There's like 35, I think there's 35 designs they're showing, and I think it's about 10 other designer artists that'll be featured. It's going to be like a 60-foot runway by 8 feet. And so it's going to be, they do a really top-notch job on
I was going to say it's high end, especially down in Naples and that you have people that are from all around the world that come there for the winter a lot of times, and you have the people that have the that are looking for those unique things. I'm sure that's a very successful show.
And this is through Naples Art Center, which is downtown. Avenue. So it's a fundraiser for the facility. So it's a beautiful facility. And after the show, in fact, there will be a 2-week exhibit of all the dresses at the Naples Art Center from the 18th till the end of the month. All these dresses, including mine, will be on display. So make sure
fantastic.
Since you can't make it to the show, it's sold out at this point. But if you want to see the dresses, come down to the exhibit. It's a
Well,
beautiful exhibit.
yeah, will they have all 36 outfits there?
And they'll have all, yes.
Ooh.
Wow.
They'll be on mannequins. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's a great exhibit. Very, very
Yeah.
nice.
Well, they must have a large facility to be able to do that in. And
Yeah.
it's, that's
So
something
mark your calendar.
to do up in Northport is to try to, because they have to be out of their home within the next 5 years. And that's one of the things, to have a vision to build something large enough to house things like that, and even have, instead of going to the
A
country
fashion
club,
show.
something in house that you can do it within the house, that they have a facility. Helen, what else?
Yeah, how do we find out what else is going on, Helen?
Well, then the other show that's in March is going to be at the Sidney Burns Davis. I'm going to be, but there I'm going to be showing at Naples. I'm going to be showing 4 spectacular pieces. But in Fort Myers at Art Walks the Runway, that is March 19th, I'll be showing at least 15 pieces. So it'll be a bigger show, and that'll be Saturday night. It's the Couture High Fashion Night. So that's also a very spectacular show. So I think there still are tickets. Just go to Sidney Burns and come to the event. It's really spectacular.
Where do we go to get tickets? Now I'm frantic.
At Sidney Burns Davis.
Sidney Burns Davis.
Right.
In
Okay.
Fort Myers. They're on Main Street.
Yeah. And that's
the River District.
Yeah. And Michelle, just for your information, that's one of the facilities I'm looking at for mirroring of what they've done and stuff. Although they have an older building, I think some of their stuff is in an older building, isn't it, Helen, that they retrofitted? Oh, wait.
It used to be a grand post office. It has beautiful pillars in front, and they refurbished the building into its natural state. So it's really wonderful.
Right. And they have all different kinds of art there, from performing art to visual art to to everything. And that's it's kind of like that idea of putting everything all in one place.
Yes.
They
have weddings there, and events, and music, and film, and they have Sydney's. They just refurbished the roof and made a rooftop bar up there. So it's really quite nice, the setting.
Yeah, and people that have the vision and are able to develop things like that, especially for the arts, and that's what Northport is missing, that they really need to grow, where they have a facility like that to have, where you think, oh, where are we going to go for the evening? Well, let's see what's happening at the, Northport art, whatever. Whatever it would end up being called. And that is something that is a vision. Helen, I am so thrilled that we were able to have you on the show. I know that our time is up. So I would like to just suggest to people if you get an opportunity to see Helen Giroux, go down to the Artisan Atelier, which is in the parking garage, underneath the parking garage in Punta Gorda. Stop in and see Helen, and then see her wonderful work. Go to her website, Gerard, Gerro Couture.com. See what she has available for sale, and always give her a call. Walk in and see her, and go to the Sidney Bernie Davis facility that's March 19th, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, and get tickets to go to the fashion show. Why not? Why not spend the rest of your life being a fashionista, wearing some of Helen's clothing? I mean, seriously, why not?
I'd wear it every day.
Yeah, and to walk around and actually make a statement with something that you're wearing. I make statements with hats. Why not make statements with something that is so unique because Helen, I am sure people come up to people wearing your clothing and say, "Where did you get that? Who designed that? Where did you get that piece?"
That they do. A lot of times people say I get stopped every time I wear one of your pieces. So that's kind of fun.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, this is Marie LaBrosse. I'm with WKDW 97.5 FM Rural Community Radio. You're listening on the Bishop West Real Estate Tower. And I'm here with my co-host, Phil, in today.
Michelle Moore, because Dee Dee Gozion is on vacation in Paris.
Oh,
and I'm with the art center.
Yes, and she's actually checking out the couture wear over there. So thank you so much, Helen Giroux, for coming on with us today. To all of our audience, you have a lot of things to make decisions about in life, but one of them is to be kind. Whether to be kind or not to be kind, always choose kindness, please. It makes the world a better place. And why not, right?
Yeah.
Life's too short.
Yes.
So have a
ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta.